Now welcome in our sports editor, Justin Barney, with two more distinguished gentlemen. Marty Lee, the head coach at First Coast. They'll be playing tomorrow. And Cedric Faison, the head coach at Fletcher, also will be playing tomorrow. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us here tonight. We're going to do a little roundtable here for the next couple of segments, kind of pick the brains of two of the better coaches in our area. So, Marty, Cedric, I'll ask you both. How do you spend a Friday when you're playing on a Saturday? Other than this, I guess.
Well, you know, for me, it was, again, watching film, paying attention to the highlights, seeing what everybody's doing, just trying to relax, trying to get everything ready for tomorrow. You know, that's kind of what I did tonight, knew I was coming here tonight. So just kind of took it easy, you know, stayed with the wife and just kind of relaxed.
How about you?
For me, it's pretty much been the same thing that Coach Lee just said, watching a little bit more film, seeing if I pick up anything else before we play tomorrow, and just spending time with the wife and seeing what else happened throughout the city.
Give you kind of a chance to watch a little bit more football on Friday night? Do you get involved in that playoff atmosphere when it's not involving the Fletcher Senators?
Oh, I love it. Just like tonight with the Jackson and Riverside, you know, once the playoffs start, the records go out the window, and, you know, just seeing all the playoff action going on and seeing the upsets and see the comebacks, that's what playoffs all about. So just sitting back this Friday, I was able to enjoy it, unlike just playing and not knowing what's going on throughout the city.
So for Marty, for you, this is a different kind of season for you. Last year was a struggle for First Coast, and then this year you come back and it may be your swan song. It may be kind of a precursor to next year, but your season was a remarkable turnaround from what you guys did last year.
Well, there's no doubt. You know, the kids bought into what we were doing. You know, I take full responsibility for last year, and the kids understood what we needed to do to get back on track. It's not what First Coast is used to having last year. And it takes, as Cedric will tell you, a full season. You just can't show up in August and expect to start winning. We had to start doing this in the off season, starting in January, and then buying into what we were doing, buying into your grades, doing the things that you needed to do. And I'm very excited about where these kids are and where this program's back on track again.
When you see what happens in the postseason, Cedric, you sit back here and watch the first day develop. There's some surprises, there's some upsets. How do you address your team? And you go in as a district champ, how do you make sure they don't overlook anybody?
Oh, I told them, you know, on Monday, getting ready for Tampa Tech, I told my players, you know, it's the playoffs and plays gonna happen. So if somebody make a play, don't hold your head down. Be ready to respond. And that's what a lot of teams did today. And I told all my players, you know, watch the playoffs, see what's going on. And majority of my team went out to the Reigns and L. White game, and they kept texting me and telling me about, you know, the momentum swings, and that's what I told my guys. So I think they're prepared, and, you know, we're not overlooking Tampa Tech. We can't. You know, they was state runner-up last year, so I told my guys just to be ready and be ready for whatever comes, just rebound from it.
And see, we were just the opposite. So we were not district champs, and we go into the playoffs, and our whole thing was, this is what everybody wants to do. Doesn't matter how you get to the show. Once you get to the show, now it's everybody's 0-0. Somebody wants to go 5-0. In each classification, it's only going to be 8 guys who do that. And so this is our opportunity to go down there, travel, get some experience. You hear college coaches talk about it all the time, about being bowl eligible and get that extra week of practice. Well, for us, it's another week of practice. They get 15 days. We get that extra week, the experience. And, hey, and let's go see what happens.
Yeah, we'll talk more about what could happen down the road and get some more thoughts from both Marty Lee and Cedric Faison when we come back. Football Friday rolls on. The playoffs underway here on a Friday. Welcome back. Football Friday on 4, first round of the playoffs, and with some of the games pushed to Saturday, we have the privilege of having Marty Lee and Cedric Faison here with us. As you know, on news4jax.com every week, Justin Barney makes his predictions for these games. I'm not going to go through wins and losses this week, but I'm going to ask you both, how many times this year have you used Justin Barney's prediction for your game as bulletin board material?
Oh, it's been a few for me. And I'm going to tell you, I actually used this rankings for bulletin board material because, you know, we felt like it was taking us forever to get ranked in his top 10. So hey, I definitely used it to our advantage.
Hey, I've been using it for 25 years, as long as he's been doing it. No, it's awesome, you know, because I made a joke with the kids. I said, I'm going to call Justin, pick us or lose this night, because every time he picks us or lose, we win. And hopefully that'll be tomorrow night.
So, Seatric, it's different for you. I covered you in high school back when you were, people see you now standing on the sidelines. They don't know that you were the leading rusher in area history until Derrick Henry came along and knocked you off. So last year, you're coaching at your alma mater for the first year. You get into the equation late. How much different does this year feel with a full offseason to your belt?
Oh, it feels great. That's the key, the off season. I was able to build my culture, be tough-nosed, and make guys accountable and let them know what my expectations were. And that was the whole key to us being more consistent this year than what we were last year.
And for Marty, for, kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, you've been doing this since the late 90s. How do you stay fresh all these years? You've coached to Mr. Football, you played for a state championship, at year 30, at year 25. How do you kind of still have that pep to your step?
It's, Seatric would tell you, it's in your blood. You love it. It's what you're meant to do. And I knew when I was in high school, I wanted to be a high school football coach. And I just love doing it and being able to help coach this young man and help a lot of young coaches in this city. That's what it's all about.
Marty Lee, Seatric Faison, Justin Barney, thanks so much. That'll do it for Football Friday here on a Friday. More coverage on news4jax.com, and we'll have highlights from tomorrow's games tomorrow.